It began with a storm. Easter, 1900. A group of sponge divers, blown off course by a violent gale, sought shelter near a barren, jagged rock in the Aegean Sea, the island of Antikythera. Waiting for the storm to pass, one diver descended into the depths looking for sponges. He didn't find them. Instead, he signaled frantically to be pulled up. He emerged babbling about a heap of dead, naked women. He hadn't found bodies. He had found a graveyard of marble statues and the wreckage of a massive Roman luxury ship that sank 2,000 years ago. They hauled up treasures, bronze warriors, marble horses, exquisite jewelry. But amidst the gold and art, they found a lump, a calcified, green, corroded chunk of bronze. It looked like trash. It was tossed into a box at the National Archaeological Museum of Athens, England, and forgotten. For 2 years, it sat drying in the museum air, until one day, it cracked apart. An archaeologist noticed something inside. Not stone, not simple metal. A gear. A precision-cut, toothed bronze gear. This was impossible. The ship dated back to roughly 70 BC. Ancient Greeks had pottery. They had statues. They did not have precision gears. Gears like this wouldn't appear in history for another 1,400 years in the exquisite astronomical clocks of the European Renaissance. It wasn't until decades later, with the advent of advanced X-ray imaging, that the true horror of the discovery was revealed. This wasn't a toy. It wasn't a single gear. Inside this rock was a mechanism of mind-bending complexity. 30 bronze gears, dials, pointers, differential gearing. It was a computer, an analog computer, built before the birth of Christ.
We call it the Antikythera Mechanism. But what did it do? Imagine a box about the size of a mantle clock. On the front, a single dial tracking the movement of the sun and the moon through the zodiac. It showed the date, the position of celestial bodies, and the phase of the moon. But the back is where the genius lies. 2 massive spiral dials. The upper one tracked the Metonic cycle, a 19-year period used to reconcile the lunar month with the solar year. It even had a smaller dial to track the Pan-Hellenic Games, the Olympics. The lower spiral tracked the Saros cycle, an 18-year period used to predict eclipses. Think about that. You could turn a crank on the side, set a date in the future, and this machine would tell you to the hour when the sky would go dark. It would tell you the color of the eclipse. It would tell you the direction of the shadow. It was a prophetic machine, a mechanical oracle. But here is the detail that keeps scientists awake at night. The moon does not orbit the Earth in a perfect circle. It orbits in an ellipse. It speeds up when it's closer to Earth and slows down when it's further away. This is Kepler's second law of planetary motion. Johannes Kepler discovered this in the 17th century. The Antikythera Mechanism has a gear for it. Inside the machine, there is a pin and slot mechanism, a gear that slips slightly, physically mimicking the variable speed of the moon. Whoever built this understood the elliptical nature of orbits 1,500 years before modern astronomy discovered it. Who were they? Was it Archimedes, Hipparchus, or someone's name has been erased from history? The Roman writer Cicero wrote of a device built by Archimedes that could reproduce the motions of the sun, moon, and planets. For centuries, historians thought Cicero was exaggerating. He was writing fiction. The Antikythera Mechanism proves he was reporting facts. And terrifyingly, this implies the mechanism wasn't a prototype. It was refined. It was a product. There were likely others.
So where did they go? Why did we spend the next millennium using sundials and water clocks? Why did humanity forget? The fall of Rome, the burning of Alexandria, the Dark Ages. The metal was likely melted down for swords and shields. The knowledge was written on fragile papyrus that rotted away. This machine is a survivor, a sole witness to a technological timeline that was cut short. Consider the what if. If this technology hadn't been lost, if the Industrial Revolution had started in 100 BC instead of 1800 AD, where would we be now? We might have reached the moon by the year 1500. We might be a multi-planetary species today. The Antikythera Mechanism is a humble reminder. Progress is not guaranteed. It is not a straight line. Civilizations rise. They achieve wonders, and then they can forget. We look at our AI, our internet, our satellites, and we think we are invincible. We think our knowledge is permanent. But to a future diver, 1,000 years from now, will our hard drives be anything more than rusted lumps of metal? Will they look at our cloud and wonder if we were primitive? We are walking the same path as the creators of the mechanism. We are building gods in boxes. The Antikythera Mechanism wasn't just a clock. It was a blueprint of the heavens, left by a mankind that saw the universe not as a mystery, but as a machine that could be understood. Let's hope we don't lose the manual this time. Thanks for watching. This is Mankind's Blueprint.